As you can see, I've laid out your cards, and well, I'll just go ahead and jump into the reading. This may not apply to everybody, though. Take it as it resonates. The first card we see here is the card Eight of Stones, which is really about industry, trade, skill, working your craft, whatever it is that you're good at, whatever service or product you produce in your life, right? Whatever your vocation is. This is really about being successful in that. Successful because of learning in the past and because of having done it before, right? And developing your skill too. But also with 8, there's creativity in that. It's about tapping into your unique spiritual essence to find your, I don't mean unique in a redundant way, but it really is your unique contribution. Whatever that is, your craft. So this is really about kind of honoring that. This is a planet where work needs to be done in order for human beings to survive. And it's a good thing that we have this drive to be good at something, to succeed, to find our place, our purpose, our meaning with something. When we express ourselves through, through our labor, our skill, our craft, our creativity, we grow in self-respect. We grow in self-respect. And we can also defend ourselves from verbal attacks or psychological head trip from other people because we're able to practice emotional, spiritual, and physical boundaries to keep other people's negativity from bothering us. So respect and skill, I'll leave these out as support cards. Hope you can see them both. See them both, excuse me. So we have here the 5 of Wands, which indicates some level of power. The word that's not on the card that should be is struggle. This is about power, struggle, ego trip, trying to be right, not working well with other people. Now, this can be inflicted on you, so please don't think that I'm coming off all tough on Gemini today. It could be that you've got some adversarial snafu or cluster or whatever going on in your environment. Other people might be giving you crap. And you're picking up your club in self-defense, right? The walls are caving in on you, the ceiling's falling in. So take it as it resonates. For some, this could be health issues. Health issues. The reason I say that is because this is indicative right here with the snakes wrapping around the pole. It reminds us of that health symbol that I forget the name of at the moment. Now, we take power where we can. If there's some situation in your life that's being affected by your ego trip, this is a good time to acknowledge that. And there are 2 types of people who are going through ego trip right now. One is the sort that's going to continue in that and blame everybody else. And the other one who's going to wise up and say, what's my role in making things worse? How can I disengage myself from this cluster? How can I get out of this house that looks like it's on fire all around me? And why am I standing here alone trying to make this happen? Trying to keep this burning building. I was going to say erect, and then I thought that's just bad news to do that. So, here we have the Fool. And typically the Fool in a reading is about taking a blind leap of faith in a situation. And for some of you, that's definitely going to be the case. Those are the people with the wisdom to learn from the power struggle that's going on. Those are the individuals who are ready to try something brand new and take flight into a new opportunity. For others, it's going to be about foolishness. Dude, you're about to leap off a cliff. Open your eyes. So, is someone else engaging in a power struggle? And what is your response to that? We don't have to engage in a lot of that either. This is suggesting part of what you're doing here is you're going to take a protective stance. And that really doesn't answer the question as to whether or not you are going to take a foolish or a wise and trusting maneuver. It really doesn't answer that question, so it could still go either way. But either way, this is a defensive stance. Defensive stance. So for a lot of you, it's about, there's some toxic stuff going on in your environment and you're kind of over it. Now we look here too at the clearance. This is about the desire to get rid of something. Note that both of these are fire signs too. So there's a lot of passion and intensity, but I'm suspecting that it's more the angry kind than the sexual kind, in spite of the depiction on the Five of Wands card. We've kind of got this slash and burn type thing. Now, for some, it could be a controlled burn that's wise and makes sense, that's eco-friendly. For others, it could be truly the slash and burn ethos. I'm going to throw everything out onto the driveway, pour gasoline on it, set the stuff on fire. What exactly are we trying to do here? You know, balancing emotions and logic. Balancing emotions and logic. That can help with the ego trip, but we always want to be concentrating on the acquisition of wisdom, or greater wisdom than we have in the moment. And we can always have more, because no human being will ever know all that there is to know. We see here that there's an activity of responsibility and taking care of things in life. And this taps back too with the skill. There is a sense of there's a lot going on in your back. You may actually be experiencing back pain. It was funny because I was looking at him slumped over up here with the weight from the sticks. And then I saw this, and I know my own lower back can bother me at times. And that looked like, when it's on fire or inflamed or even swollen, and you have to put ice on it. And I'll tell you what, when it's swollen, it's really hard to move. And then when I put the ice on it, it's so cold I can't move it anyway. Some of you may be able to relate with that a little bit. But this really is about using your skill, doing your responsibility, and in the meanwhile, asserting your power. Asserting your power in a toxic environment. Again, be careful that you're taking on just ambitions and not ego trip or ego serving goals, right? Make sure that your motive is very clear and that you're not contributing to the problem in that, whatever this looks like. But you are trying to get rid of the things that are bumming you out. It's kind of been holding you back. There's a healing process too. So for some of you, it may be about breaking something off with somebody that you cared about. Some of you may be going through a breakup because there was some kind of a power struggle. And it's about taking that chance, saying, you know what, whatever this is, I don't want to live with that. And therefore, I'm taking a leap of faith that things could be better because I want to do what's right for me. And then we find this healing. So there's a great healing that is to come from what you've been doing. We see too the Four of Wands in a celebration. And I feel that as you're doing a lot of your healing work and clearing out past grievances and emotions, there's a time of celebration that comes about. A burden has been lifted from you, and there's a freedom that you're experiencing here. That's really what this is about. Because let's face it, even though it may seem foolish to leap off that cliff, this fool has new wings and can learn how to use them. So there's very much an optimism and a hope that many of you are feeling in the spirit of this change. A lot of optimism and hope. I think some of you may be surprised by how free you feel in letting this person go. You may feel completely free in that. So we discussed the protection card before. There's a little fawn in there, a baby deer, and you can tell it's a baby because of the spots on the back. But this is about protection from harsh sunlight, protection from getting burned. And this is your focus as the month moves on. You want to protect yourself from harmful rays. There's a right-mindedness, or possibly a Libra, in your life that you may be able to seek protection from. I'm kind of feeling a lawyer in this, and this could be like a divorce attorney for some of you. And you're just trying to hunker down and take care of yourself in that and make sure that you have good representation. Because I do feel that some of you may be divorcing someone, and that there's a power struggle going on as you're trying to clear this out. At the same time, you're trying to find healing, you're celebrating, you're excited about a fresh new start, and you're thinking about protecting yourself and lawyering up with that. And there is going to be some level of struggle that comes for a while. You're going to feel left out in the cold, or like you're about to fall into a hole in the ground. So part of that is keeping yourself out of that hole. And that means reaching out to other people. Going out to dinner with friends, or lunch, or coffee if you can't afford dinner or lunch. Reaching out, asking for help. Don't hesitate. People can't read your mind. A lot of times they just think, well, shoot, that person will call me if they wanted to see me. Well, no, not always. So, to recap, well, actually, let's not. Let's go ahead and I'm checking our time here. Let's move on to our Sacred Traveler Oracle card. And these are the same. All of these cards are the same as the ones that I used in the February reading. I'll spare extra time by not. Right. Well, we had a Leaper, so we'll go ahead. Infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. I do apologize. I think I need to turn on the lamp. Everything is blossoming and bearing fruit now. Open yourself to receive. The prosperity you seek is being activated. A stream of abundance in all areas of life is ready to flow into your life. The Creator desires that you prosper. Take action in the direction of your dreams. This is not the time to passively wait for prosperity to fall into your lap. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know life goes in cycles. There are times when the fields lie fallow, and there are also times of harvest. Right now, you are moving toward a harvest time to receive an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. However, you must first know that you deserve it, and you do. There are times on the journey when life is fallow, but in the times of harvest, the Sacred Traveler shares the bounty and even volunteers to help others bring in their crops. This is the time this is the time to give deeply and fully of who you are and what you have, for the more you truly give, the more you receive. It's a universal law. As you focus on gratitude for what you already have, your abundance will grow leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds.